Hello, everybody. This is Scott. It's Thursday. It's Thanksgiving. So before we do anything else, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope you guys are having a safe and fun and eventful Thanksgiving. Enjoy your friends, enjoy your family, and always remember those things that we should all be thankful for. Myself, on the surface, I'm thankful for everybody who watches my videos. Thank you for everybody for subscribing, for commenting, for sharing, for liking, all that fun stuff. In my personal life, I'm very thankful for all my friends and family. Very thankful for my little boy Torin. That little man has changed my life like you wouldn't believe. He actually makes me want to be a better person. So for him, I'm just infinitely thankful for that little boy. So that aside, we got some comic books to look at, and then I got to go finish my Thanksgiving fixing things up for Thanksgiving, doing the food, the turkey, the decorations, the cleaning. Gotta toss the little boy in the tub and scrub him up real good. So, we're gonna get into the comic books. Let's do this thing. So, last week was local comic shop day on Saturday. I didn't get a whole lot. I didn't have a lot of money, so I wasn't able to get anything. But I did manage to go down to my LCS and digging through the back issues. Found this little thing here. I'm not sure. It says it's the Littlest Zombie Summer Special. I did read it. It's kind of disjointed. It's not bad. It's fun. It's a little black and white book. Actually, it's from 2014, but I would be interested in seeing if there's anything more with this Littlest Zombie character, because it's like he's. If you've seen the movie Warm Bodies, where on the surface they're just regular zombies, but they kind of get into the kid's mind. He sees things and he's thinking and he's just kind of a logical little zombie. But it's a really neat little book. Got it for $1. Pretty much that's what it's worth, if that. So that is the one thing that I got from my LCS for local comic shop day. And also, before we get into the books that I picked up from my LCS this week, I want to give a special thanks and a shout out to Sean Miller, who is a part of a comic book group that I'm in. I love comic book stuff, and on this one here, that group, and another group, I've been doing this thing where I am just going through my books and just posting 3 different books a day. I did miss yesterday because Thanksgiving. I may miss today because, again, Thanksgiving. But it's basically they've got 2 ongoing books I'm doing, covers every day, and then 1 random book that I do, just something for fun, just kind of share my comic books a little bit. And it started some really interesting conversations. It's also given me an idea that some of the books, like my Jason versus Leatherface miniseries, apparently that's worth something. I had no idea. So I've been doing the Nova series, the first Nova series, from the 70s, and I don't have issue 12. And when I was posting that, I did 11, I skipped to 12 because I didn't have it, and I don't like posting, just taking pictures off the internet. These are the books that I actually own. And Sean Miller said, well, hey, I've got extra ones. Would you like one? And the man is a gentleman and a scholar. He not only sent me the book that I needed, did not charge, so he paid it for a little bit of comic book karma for me, which means that I'm going to continue my search for some comic book karma to pass on some of the extras that I have to somebody else who needs them, which is a great thing to do. If you come across anybody who's looking for a book and you've got extras, you don't need to make money off of it. It's always good to just sort of spread the comic book love. But this is what he sent me. He sent me the 1 issue that I needed to complete my Nova run, issue 12, guest starring Spider-Man. So now with this, my Nova run is finally complete, which I think is actually the last run that I needed to finish off that I could do within a realistic realm of thinking. I want to do the first Silver Surfer series, but the chances of being able to do that, very slim. But this is awesome. This is a great, and it arrived yesterday, so perfect timing for Thanksgiving. Thank you very much, Sean. This is awesome. And he also sent not just this, the Nova series that branched off from Annihilation, the annual for that. So now I've got one of those as well. So this is awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Just it's awesome. And yeah, just dude, thank you very, very much. This is awesome. I really, really like that. So now my Nova run is complete, and now when I flip through my books, I won't be doing 10, 11, 13. It's going to be 12, and it's there, and it's awesome, and it's in awesome condition. So again, thank you very much. So moving on, I grabbed a couple of variants This one here is the Teen Titans number 36. I only get this book because it's got Lobo in it. I always got to support the character. He's one of my favorite DC characters. The cover is great. I was hoping to get the regular cover, but they ran out, so I got the variant. I'm okay with that. It's nice to see Lobo. The Crush character, I don't really care for her. Maybe if I read a little bit more with her, she'll kind of grow on me. It's possible, but I'm only here for Lobo. The cover's great. Inside, though, they kind of draw him a little weird. It's like he's got a smashed-in face or something. But Lobo fans, check this series out. I also grabbed Avengers number 27, the Ghost Rider 2099 variant. The Ghost Rider 2099 variant. I'm probably not going to read it. I did flip through it. I have no idea what's going on with this series. I just picked it up for the Ghost Rider cover. I love some Ghost Rider 2099. I cannot wait to get the upcoming GR 2099 book, the one shot that's coming as part of the 2099 event. And I'm just going to say it one more time, 2099, because it's fun. So grab that one. Reprints that I grabbed this week. Uncanny X-Men 266, the facsimile edition. I do have the original of this. And I do like to get the facsimile editions. Like I'm sure I've said before, I get the facsimile editions even though I have the originals, because if something happens and I have to unload the original, if I need cash quick, these are books that I know I can kind of sell. I'm going to actually send my original in and get it graded and set it aside and hopefully not have to sell it. But if ever comes to a time where I need to sell it, I still have this. It's not the original, but it's a facsimile. It's everything that is in the original. Really, the only difference is going to be the cover price is different. And for some reason, they did this. Now that black box there, that's where the original UPC symbol went. They did this and didn't put it in the original one, and ended up covering up Kubert's part of his name, which is kind of weird. But aside from that, it's great. I've got the facsimile edition, so I'm going to send in my original, get it graded, and if I need to unload it, I can unload it. Over on DC's side, DC Dollar Comics Infinite Crisis number 1. Now this is another one where it's a double-sized book, but they're doing the whole thing for $1. And this is another one that I've never read, but it's really interesting, so I might actually wind up getting the trade for it. But the reason why they put this out was because this week's installment of Tales from the Dark Multiverse was Infinite Crisis. Now this is another one of those things that I'm sure if I'd read all of Infinite Crisis, I would get more out of this. But as it is, I know the basics. This will give you the basics of what you need to know to understand and really enjoy this. If you've read the full story of Infinite Crisis, you're going to get more out of it. But on the surface, this gives you what you need to know. So in Infinite Crisis, Blue Beetle was trying to prevent some catastrophic crisis from happening. Maxwell Lord tried to convince him otherwise, wound up shooting him in the head and killing him. And that set all of these events into motion. In this here, this is basically, in this universe, Blue Beetle did not die, and he wound up preventing the Infinite Crisis and preventing a lot of other things, but wound up kind of making things worse. Maybe it's kind of a meta perspective, but another fun read. Still, I'm sorry, but the Death of Superman one is still my favorite one. There's one more to go. There's a Teen Titans one that's coming out probably next week, and they'll be wrapping up the Infinite Crisis things. Now I gotta wonder if this Infinite Crisis, Dark Multiverse rather. I'm beginning to wonder if maybe this Dark Multiverse, if these one-shots, some of the characters and concepts are going to carry over into this whole Year of the Villain thing that's going on. So it might be interesting to check out. Also grabbed these one-shots, 2099, Conan the Barbarian and the Punisher. These really had nothing to do with the main event. This one was pretty much a throwaway story. So if you're a Conan fan, this is definitely something for you. The best thing to describe this as is sort of like the final Conan story, I guess. But, you know, these ones, they really didn't add anything to the story. I got them because they were part of the 2099 one-shot line. Really could have done without them, saved myself $10. Moving on. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 45. Awesome battle between the Omega Ranger, Jason, and Zed. Doesn't end the way I expected it to. Actually ended kind of quick, but does open up the door to a lot of other things. I'm hoping this doesn't mean that we're going to be moving on from Zed sooner, because now that he's actually in this series, I want to have him around a little bit longer. But beside this cover, I'm also grabbing these foil variants. So far, I have them all. Thank you, Tim and Josh down at Nostalgia Inc. for helping me get all of these. And so we got issue 45, so there's what, 3 or 4 more to go. They're going to go up to issue 49, I know. I'm not sure what they're going to do with issue 50, but so far I've been able to get all these, and thank you guys for helping me do that. And the last book I picked up this week from the Hill Comics imprint, part of the Black Label imprint, part of DC, A Basket Full of Heads #2. Now this is no longer a 6-issue miniseries, as they added one more issue, so it's going to be a 7-issue miniseries. But actually, set this right here. But with this one here, it's they're kind of picking it up a little bit. So apparently in this little battle axe that she has, if she cuts somebody's head off, they can still talk and they still have their mind in them, which is kind of weird. But so far, this is my favorite one of all the Hill books. So this is the one I'm going to continue with. Dollhouse Family, I might grab the trade for. There's Lola Woods coming out. I want to check out the first issue of that and see how that goes. But this one is definitely one that I'm really enjoying. I like how the first issue was a slow start. They didn't really jump into it. This one is still kind of slow, but they're picking up some momentum. So very, very good series. If you're looking for something that's really more moody and foreboding, this is definitely the book for you. So those are the books I picked up this week. We're going to go ahead and toss them up on the wall, and then we'll be able to let everybody go and enjoy their Thanksgiving. So let's pause this sucker and go check out the wall.